going to make this plain and simple. WIIFBA. What's in it for Black Americans? Again, WIIFBA. Okay. Now, we should always be asking that, whether it's regarding politics, spending our money, whatever it is. We should be saying, what are we going to gain from doing this, that, and the other? Everybody else does it. But when we do it, it's like, oh, well, y'all tripping this. Nah, Because see, gone are the days that we going to show up to vote for nothing. And we've been told to stop doing that a long time ago. We've been told to ask, what am I going to get to vote blue no matter who? Or whatever it is. Because again, especially since we're in election season, the midterms are coming up, of course, and I said, I'm going to keep talking about this. We have a lot of the shields that want us to continue to vote for nothing. And it's like, no, the Asians don't vote for just nothing, right? Hispanics, when they vote, they want something, and everybody else. And you know what? They get it. Again, we are the only group of people that vote predominantly for the Democrat Party and get predominantly nothing for doing it. So don't be mad at us when we start saying, what's in it for me to do that? What's in it for Black Americans to do that? We always have to ask that. I don't care what it is. Because again, nobody else says, hey, I'm going to show up and I'm going to vote for this so that everybody else can benefit. As we're seeing now, the Democrat Party, especially right now with all this ICE stuff going on and illegal immigration, they are standing 10 toes down for illegal immigration and ignoring Black voters completely. They don't talk about us. They never acknowledge us, and none of it. They might here and there, right? I think the most they talked about us was during Black History Month. And even then they wanted to bring in the Black and the brown. It's like, or, everybody else from, let's say, the continent was saying, hey, that's about us too. And as I said, I was kind of blown away by that because I didn't realize that people wanted Black History Month, right? But again, what's in it for us? If you cannot answer that question, you should not be asking us to vote for you. You should be coming with the answers in hand. When you come to the churches or when you're frying up the fish and all this other stuff you got going on, you need to be saying, well, I can give them some fish, probably like that. But I'm going to have to answer the question. Are you for reparations? And if so, what is your plan to help us get reparations? Because you know what? Especially the Democrats, they have a plan on how they're going to help everybody else. We've seen Representative Permelia Jayapal, right? She was talking about how she going to plan with the Democrats to get illegal immigrants reparations for the trauma that they've experienced due to ICE and Trump. See, they got it all mapped out. She said, when we get back in power, when we get the gavel back in our hand, we are going to do A, B, C, and D. She said, we're going to hold the ICE agents accountable. We are going to make sure that we fund this reparation effort. So she already knows what they're going to do. But when it comes to us, we get a study. That's what's in it for Black Americans, a study. Whether it's on a federal level, whether it's a state or city, it's a study. And then usually they come back with the shenanigans talking about, oh, well, how about a Crown Act so you can wear your hair the way you want? Or how about this apology? Because they never really even plan on doing anything about it. They just give us that to kind of keep us hopeful. Like when Ann Coulter said, when Obama was running, he kept saying, hope and change, hope and change. And she says nobody ever asked him to define it. So a lot of times when these Black politicians or even just Democrats in general talk about anything for Black Americans, we never really kind of ask them to define it. We just kind of like, oh, okay, well, that sounds good. We got a reparation study. Because I remember when HR 40 was a thing, a lot of Black folks was excited. Oh, they're finally, and it's been sitting on the shelf ever since, collecting dust. They probably don't even know where it is at this point. In some closet in the halls of Congress, buried beneath, I don't know, somewhere. They don't know. They don't care. And now that the excitement regarding us for HR 40 and the study is worn off, now they're really having to ask the question to the point where Kamala had to show up at Reverend Alton's National Action Network convention and say, hey, get yours, right? You should be asking for something for your vote. And it's like, you don't say. Especially since she was one of the ones that's like, no, I'm not going to do something just for Black people. But she's realizing, oh, that ain't going to work. Because Black folks are saying, what's in it for me, right? WIIFBA. What's in it for Black Americans? Anyway, y'all let me know what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.